Hi, everyone. Thanks again for joining us for another episode of the Daily BizLink. Stacie Mallen is back, and today we're talking about optimizing your inner circle. So, Stacie, thanks for being here.
Thank you. And I'm clearly not where I normally am, but I still wanted to do this because it's really relevant to why I'm out and about today. I'm meeting a friend of yours, a friend of mine, Shannon Teixeira, for lunch to reconnect and talk about HR and the evolution in our teams. And I think it's really important. And I've been reflecting a lot. And I'm sure you have too, as you talk to your experts about what did we learn from COVID, and what are some of the things that we should move forward with as the lessons learned. And there was a lot of loss in COVID. I lost my aunt to COVID, and wasn't able to see her before she passed back in Indiana. And so I recognize the loss that's there. So I'll say that up front. And that shouldn't all be in vain. We should be looking at what are the values that we learned. And one thing that I've heard a lot from people is evaluating your circle, your inner circle. Who is in your inner circle? And there might be seasonality to that, people that flow in and out, but who is your tribe, and who are the people that support you relentlessly no matter what? And I know there's a few for me. Alan Plunkett is one of them that I mention all the time. Shannon's been, a friend of mine for such a long time, such a positive human. So I just wanted to have folks reflect today on who are the people throughout this last year and a half were the people that relentlessly supported and loved you no matter what kind of day you were having, and that provide you space. So one thing for me is I've been really evaluating who will hold space for me in the times when I'm in pain and struggling, just not to provide you solutions, but hold space for you. Who is that for you, Lindsay? Who provides that for you?
Well, I have a number of different people that provide that. My number one go-to is always mom. Mom is my best friend, my go-to resource. But yeah, I mean, the one thing that I think of as I hear you talking is the fact that, yes, we have our support system, but I have a support system for different verticals or elements within my life, my personal life, my professional life, and so on.
Yeah, I think that's most people, right? And so finding that inner circle. And I think, I don't know about you, but in my 20s, I felt like more friends equaled better. Like we had these giant circles. But I would say, based on what you just said, we got together as a group of women not that long ago that are the folks that contribute to your content on a regular basis. And it's such a great group of women that were there that particular day. And that inner circle becomes someone that I can reach out to as I have challenges related to business or coaching or client aspects. So I think you're right. I think there are circles, concentric circles, if you will, inside of your life. But I think the work is evaluating and excommunicating that toxicity. And I don't know about you, but I can think of a few people that have faded away in my life in the last year and a half. And it wasn't really intentional, but it was. I created distance organically because every time that we would have a conversation, there was either negativity or toxicity flowing into that conversation. So that's just one lesson from COVID for me that I will move forward with and hold on to.
Yeah, I personally love that. I've been making a conscious effort to eliminate those energy vampires from my personal life. Don't get me wrong. We still come across them and have to work with them or talk with them. It just comes up within life. But yeah, if you can go about, avoiding some of that, I think it certainly helps with our mental health and overall well-being.
And I would even go so far, right, as to unfollow those folks on social. I didn't, sometimes it's you don't think about that. And then you'll be, I don't know, looking at your social feed, and there's emotion that comes up when you see that post, right? So go so far as to excommunicate out of your inner circle on your social and other mediums. I think there's a mindset shift that happens when you start to do that.
Awesome. Well, that sounds like a good challenge of the week. So Stacie, as we look to wrap up today's conversation, is there anything else you'd like to leave our audience with?
Get out and connect with someone. I'm meeting Shannon, and it's been have those people in your inner circle. Do your best, whether whatever your choice is. There's so much value right now in the evolution of where we are to reconnect and reach. And I think it's important right now.
All right, Stacie. Well, thanks again for joining us for today's episode.
Thank you.